spent most of my summers at the beach, not knowing what the sun was doing to my unprotected skin. Sometimes I would burn so bad that I was the brightest red in the rainbow, and I would blister. At times I did try to wear a t-shirt or a hat, but as a teenager, and you're with your friends, it just wasn't cool. It wasn't until many years later, in my early 30s, I discovered a spot on my forehead. Even after I discovered that spot, I didn't think much of it. 10 years later, I asked my doctor to take a look at it. She ended up doing a punch biopsy and sending the sample to a pathologist. 2 days later, she calls to inform me that I have skin cancer. Not gonna lie, I was scared. I didn't know what to expect. She referred me on to a dermatologist, who then did a procedure to remove it. And I now have a scar to remind me just how careless I was in my younger years. As a dermatology nurse, I can tell you there is a significant problem with spending too much time in the sun without using precautions. There are way too many people being careless about protecting their skin. According to the American Academy of Dermatology, or the AAD, 1 in 3 Americans each year will develop a sunburn. Dr. Bruce Vares, a board-certified dermatologist and the president of the AAD, states unprotected exposure to the sun's harmful UV rays is a major risk factor for skin cancer. Approximately 9,500 people each day in the US is diagnosed with skin cancer, and more than 2 die daily. Most people know protecting your skin is important, but why aren't they doing it? 2 major causes. One, becoming sunburnt, and the other is allowing overexposure. The first cause, people are developing sunburns. Proper sun protection isn't being taken seriously, and people are just simply careless. 1 or more sunburns as a child or in your teenage years is a major risk factor for developing skin cancer as an adult. Most people assume since they aren't at the beach or sitting by the pool, they aren't going to become sunburned. In all reality, the sun doesn't care where you are. The risk factors are there, whether you're lying on the beach, sitting by the pool, or in your own backyard. Some people underestimate the sun. Of course, the sun's rays are stronger and intense on a sunny day, but those rays are still there even when it's cloudy. The second cause is people overexposing themselves to the sun. According to the Mayo Clinic, anyone who spends a significant amount of time in the sun is at risk for skin cancer, especially when they're not protecting their skin. Too much sun exposure allows those UV rays to the inner skin layers, which this causes skin cells to die, damage, and develop cancer. A tan does not mean that you have healthy skin. Actually, it's the skin's injury response to excessive UV rays. Every time someone lays out to tan, they increase the risk. It doesn't matter what type or color your skin is. You are at risk if you overexpose and become sunburned. The problem and causes are clear. So is there a solution to help people prevent them? I'm going to suggest 4 simple solutions. The first solution, avoid being in the sun during the middle of the day. Here in North America, the rays are stronger between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Seeking shade, like under an umbrella or a tree, is key. Second, use sunscreen. Everyone should choose a sunscreen that has an SPF of 30 or greater. You'll want to also make sure that this sunscreen protects you against UVA and UVB rays. Apply your sunscreen 30 minutes before sun exposure and reapply every 2 hours. Use a generous amount to cover your entire body, and don't forget your neck, your ears, and including your lips. Add sunscreen to your daily skincare routine. It seriously will only take you 5 minutes to do. Third, wear protective clothing. Long sleeve shirts, long pants, wide brim hats, and make sure your clothing is tightly woven material. Also, if you prefer, there are companies that actually make clothing that will protect you from the UVA and UVB rays. Sunglasses should also be worn. Lastly, do self-skin exams at home. Check yourself head to toe. Should you find a suspicious spot, contact your doctor immediately. Don't waste time. Also, have a yearly skin check done by a dermatologist. It is always best to have a professional do a complete body scan. We can't always see every area of our body. These solutions may seem like a lot, but it's clear they are easy and doable. Trust me, the benefits are so much better than the alternatives. This year, several thousands of people will overexpose themselves, develop a sunburn, or even be diagnosed with skin cancer. Don't be one of them. Stop being careless and start protecting your skin today by using these simple solutions. Ever since I received my skin cancer diagnosis, I am no longer careless, and I do whatever it takes to protect myself. I even became a derm nurse so I can educate others to protect themselves. Now, if I could go back in time to my younger years, I wouldn't have been careless, and I would have done anything to avoid being told that I have skin cancer.